What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big Thursday, January 14th NCAA basketball show. To check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We move on. 5 p.m. Eastern. Santa Clara Broncos 7-2, 1-0 in the WCC at Pacific Tigers 3-1, 0-0 in the WCC, beginning their conference play. This opened up as a pick'em. It is now -2 at most books. This total opened up at 129. It is now at 130 or 130 and a half. We're at the Alex G. Spanos Center in Stockton, California. Santa Clara stopped their 2-game losing streak in a big 66-64 win at St. Mary's as 9-point dogs. They shot 46.9% from the field, 50.5% from three. After scoring 5 points combined in the previous 2 games, Keyshawn Johnson went off for 23 points on 8 of 12 shooting. He's averaging 10.3 points per game. This team succeeds when someone helps out leading scorer, 6'9" senior, Toronto, Ontario native Joseph Frankich, who averages 15.6 points, 8.3 boards a game. They hit just 41.7% from field and just 25% from three. They're strong defensively. Keeps them in games. They allow just 63.4 points per game. Due to COVID issues, Pacific has only played 4 games all year. They haven't played since December 20th. That is the only game they played since December 2nd. They hit only 39.6% from the field, and that stat is helped by the fact that they shot 47.8 in their last game against NAIA Westmount Warriors. They're led by 6'6" junior Jeremiah Bailey, who's averaging 14.8 points, 8.5 boards. He averaged just 3 points a game last year. Max, Santa Clara Broncos, Pacific Tigers. I get why the market is moving to Santa Clara. What's your move?
Yeah, listen, Jim, I think that with Pacific, this is definitely a program on the rise with Damon Stoudemire at the helm. The former Raptor point guard definitely is an asshole, but he's a good coach. So I think that with Pacific, I think it's really interesting because they have a lot of depth. They have some guys that were injured. We don't really know what the rotation's going to be. The perception was that Gervais Green, the Nebraska transfer, was going to play a more prominent role, and Toronto, Ontario native Jabril Noel Price would also play a more prominent role. That hasn't been the case. I do like the ability of this Pacific team to get on the offensive glass with guys like Jordan Bell, the Loyola Marymount transfer, and it's pretty hard to deny that they did have 2 pretty nice wins where they were dominant. I think the one loss that they had was against Nevada, and I can't really blame them for losing against that type of quality. When you're talking about Pacific, what they have to do is they need a fast start in this game. They need to shake that rust off real quick against the Santa Clara team, because Santa Clara, what they do is they take a lot of close proximity shots to the net. And when you're going for these high percentage looks with Vrancic and Jaden Badeko, you have an advantage. I think that with Santa Clara, you know what they're going to do offensively. You know that they don't want to get pushed out to the line. Caruso's probably their only capable and reliable 3-point shooter, and I still don't want him hoisting more than 3 or 4 in a game. There is actual revenge for the Santa Clara roster, but not really as much for the guys that are on Pacific now. I think that with Pacific, though, the key for them tomorrow is good point guard play. With Pierre Crockwell, he's going to have to run the point. He's going to have to hold it down, and you're going to need a really nice performance from Brock Finsween. Finsween, he's been just your energy junkyard type dog. He's going to score double digits. He's taking advantage of this team coming together and him looking for a shot more. And it's not like he just does a good bunch of scoring. He can give you 12 to 15 in a game, but he does a really good job defending on the perimeter. He can guard multiple positions. He's going to get on the glass, and he's been really good from the 3-point line in his limited attempts. If any of that kind of stuff carries over, Pacific's going to put up points, and Pacific's going to have their way. However, in my estimations, by my numbers, by my projections, I agree with the move with the market. I think that this is a Santa Clara team that is just able to guard very well. They're able to protect the glass and not get exposed there. In games that they win on the glass by a margin of 5 to 8 rebounds. And I think that when you take away second chance opportunities, you take away teams' rhythm, and you take away momentum. That's what you need to do here on the road. You've already beat St. Mary's. There definitely is the ability and the situational letdown that is perking its head up right now. But I think that the Santa Clara team has the talent, has the Canadian contingency leading it. And frankly, Jim, when a Canadian's leading you, you're going to get my money on you also. So let's go Santa Clara, Steve Nash University, 101 time.
Do you want the -1.5 at -102 or -112 on the money line?
-1.5, -102.
And that is yours. The Santa Clara Broncos, -1.5 at -102. That is available at FanDuel, and that bet makes a lot of sense to me.
Jim, I also want to tell you, bud, I like the over in the game, but I'm not making it official for the show.
All right. And that is sitting at 129.5 over at FanDuel. Most other books have moved it to 130 or 130.5.